Hello and happy Friday from Robert's Health News. This is the last evening one I'm going to be doing, and in future I'll just do one on Thursday, which will be a recap really of the week. I think we've gone through enough things now on the virus, on the coronavirus, so that people have got an understanding. I just wanted people to get a better understanding than the fear that the media is just pumping out there and just frightening people. I mean, people are really frightened. We went for a walk this evening with our dog, quite a long walk, and people are just like crossing over the street away from you, just not even walking near you. It's just crazy. I just feel sad. I'm sad that these people have literally frightened so many people to act like this. Anyway, the person we'll all be stepping over the road from at the moment is Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister, and he's been tested for coronavirus. I'm not being flippant about it, because if he had the virus, if he's healthy, he has not got a problem anyway, but he looks overweight to me. I don't know, I don't really take that much notice of checking him out, to me. He's, maybe his wife she's really hot, but I don't check out Boris Johnson at all. So, whether he's got it or not, we don't know. One of the reasons we don't know is that the test is only 50-50. Now, he's been quarantined now for 7 days, and the idea is he'll be checked again in 7 days, but these tests are really not accurate. It's 50-50. Now, of course, 50-50 means it could err on the side of a false positive or a false negative. And so it's very difficult to know what the true figures are. So they say they've got a new one coming out. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of people are asking me about what treatments are available, because if they do, they're just thinking ahead, and if they do have a problem. In fact, one person whose mother-in-law is in hospital, and they said they won't resuscitate if she gets a heart attack or anything. It's not very nice, and he asked me to give an idea of the treatment from vitamin C. He asked, but I'll go through them all anyway. And so vitamin C, when you go for a intravenous vitamin C, you can have up to 25 grams. That's what I have, and my wife has, when we have it. They probably will start on 10 or 15 grams, something like that, just as a starter. The doctor in New York that's doing this, quite famous at the moment, I thought he was only giving 1.5 grams. He's given 1.5 grams every couple of hours. I don't know how many over the day, but certainly he's giving intravenous. So they'll just keep the set in. They won't keep prodding. They'll just give another 1.5 grams. It might be better. It might. I don't know. There's no way of knowing. I just know that the doctors that use it in hospitals and around the world and in clinics, they give just one shot a day, and that's it. And that's mixed with sodium bicarbonate. I told you before, sodium bicarbonate is the amazing penny cure. It costs about a penny for a shot of sodium bicarbonate, whether you drink it in a glass of water or whether you have it intravenously, and it alkalizes the body immediately and allows your body to settle down to fight anything. So that's what you'll get if you go for vitamin C. You'll be asking for 25 grams ultimately, but they may start you off on a lower dose. You can go every day for it, and as the guy if you really thought you had a major problem, you could go every day. You could go twice a day if you wanted, or you could sit there and just have it every few hours. But that's what it's about. Now, another known treatment for any virus is high doses of vitamin D3. I know I call it vitamin D3. It's not really, it's a hormone, but let's go with this. And I was reading in the week I was watching a video from California University, and it was for the study they did on prostate cancer, and they were getting results with vitamin D3, just giving them 400 IUs a day, but you can go up to 50,000 IUs a day for 1 week on vitamin D3. So if this is what you've got, this is what you've got to work with. Go up to 50,000 IUs of vitamin D3 for a week, and then drop down to 5,000 IUs a day, or approximately. Doesn't really matter, but close to that. And that is also an extremely good antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal, I think. But it certainly is antiviral bacteria. There's other supplements you can have. You already know about vitamin C, but there's beta-glucan, which is an extract from oats or from mushrooms. And in fact, that's why possibly that people that eat 5 mushrooms a day of different types, doesn't really matter, but there are some better ones. But eating 5 mushrooms every day means you will live longer than other people. And it can only be, I think, that the beta-glucan in there is keeping your immune system strong. So do think about either 5 mushrooms a day or some beta-glucan. Beta-glucan is very expensive, so you might have oats, and non-gluten oats, of course, and you might have 5 portions of mushrooms every day. I think you can have more than that if you want. Another great antiviral is olive leaf plus zinc. That olive leaf extract plus zinc, a very, very powerful antiviral, good studies on it. The other one is magnesium, and just to remind you that I recommend topical magnesium, in fact ancient magnesium topical, because you can put that on your chest, you can put it on your back, which is a good place, you can put it all over the body and it will absorb immediately. And just to give you an instance, if you had fungal toes, which is a problem for people when they get older, if you put it on your feet and toes, within 24 hours, that will be gone. If not gone, it will be nearly gone. Within 48 hours, it definitely will be gone. That shows you the power of magnesium. It really should not be underestimated. It's fantastic for your immune system. It's fantastic for your body. It's fantastic for your lungs. It's fantastic for your heart. And it's a great immune support. So don't underestimate magnesium, but taking it orally is not good, because if you took, the example is, if you took magnesium orally and tried to get rid of fungus on your toe, it might be a very long time, if ever, it got there. But because when you put it topically, it absorbs straight away into the skin, boom, you've got the result straight away, so you know how it is. There are drugs, I have mentioned them over the week, so again, people have said, please tell us about these drugs. I'm a bit anti-drug, I have to tell you, but I'm just doing my job, which is to keep you informed. One of the drugs is chloroquine, and that's it. I'll say it again, chloroquine. If you want this information, by the way, you can always email me. I'll drop it into an email for you. And that's already an approved drug. It's an off-the-shelf existing drug. And that's for treating malaria, lupus, and rheumatoid arthritis. Excuse me. Now, lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, you may say, well, those are just pain problems, aren't they? Or immune problems. Autoimmune diseases. Yeah, but an autoimmune disease means that your immune system is battling and not getting anywhere, and it's just keeping the battle going, which damages your joints. And so that's why any antiviral, antibacterial treatment, which this drug is, chloroquine, did I say quinine or quin? No, quin, chloroquine. That's why it works not just on malaria, but it also works on lupus and rheumatoid arthritis, and it also works on coronavirus. Why is it not being used? Why is it not on all the media saying, please get this drug? Because it's not a vaccine. And the pharmaceutical mafia, they want a vaccine. Because only a few people will have the drug to treat their coronavirus, but everybody will have the vaccine. Okay, that's chloroquine. There's another one that's been tested in France. It's another anti-malaria drug, Plaquenil. And this showed in the studies they've done with it that the COVID-19 virus disappeared after only 6 days with 75% of the patients. So 100, say 100 patients all had coronavirus. 75%, it was cleared within 6 days. And that's Plaquenil, Plaquenil. I'm not educated, so I don't know how to pronounce things. But again, it's an off-the-shelf drug. It's been around forever. It's known side effects. Both of them are known side effects. And last but not least is one I've told you about before, and if you remember, the flu medication from Japan called Favipiravir. And it also goes by the name of Avigan. And again, it showed good results in China and Japan, enough for people to start using it in China. But again, it's being ignored by the authorities. Even in Japan, it's being ignored by the authorities. Even in France, the French one's being ignored by the authorities because the authorities are under the thumb, if you like, of the pharma cartel. And if you think they're not, all governments take huge donations from the pharmaceutical industry. They all take it. And if they don't all take donations, the pharmaceutical industry is strong in their country, and it means that they will say to them, okay, well, if you don't do this, we're going to just pack up our factory, we're going to take it to the next country that will, if you like, bend to our whim. And so that's how they do it. It's blackmail. Blackmail and bribery. And I don't care who hears me say these things because I know it's true. 68,000 doctors have just been named for over-prescribing these narcotic drugs in the USA that were killing people. And, it's just terrible. But what's happening to them? Did they go to jail? No. Did somebody fine them? No. They just name them, name and shame, actually. That's all they can do because doctors seem to have this... Well, they have a Teflon coat if they are prescribing drugs, but the minute they go on to say vitamin C or something like that, if anything ever goes wrong, even if it's nothing to do with the particular vitamin C or whatever, then it's they're disbarred and thrown out on the scrap heap. So the authorities, whatever they want to do, they still have to bend to the whim of the pharma medical cartel. Nothing they can do about it. So it's no use saying, I'm going to write to my MP, I'm going to write to the Prime Minister or the President. I actually think that President Trump is standing up more than anybody else. He's trying to call their bluff. He's saying, we want to be clear with this by Easter and whatever. I don't know how we can manage it because these are really evil people and they are really, really powerful, more powerful than anybody ever. These people control the whole world of medicine and treatment. Every single country, maybe not as strong in China, possibly not. I'm not quite sure. Obviously, I'm not party to it, but I just get the idea, the feeling that China and Russia, for that matter, actually, although. Just something happened in Russia recently and made me think that maybe they've got a little bit more power than maybe it could have been that the Russian president was afraid that he was wrong. Because it's like me. I have always little doubt in my mind. Am I wrong? But I've not seen anything to show I'm wrong. But of course, if you're president of a country, you can't just go, am I wrong or am I right? You've got to be sure because you'll get thrown out by the other establishment waiting to take over. Interesting things I've also had, actually. I didn't know I was a genius at computing and whatever because some people have sent me emails saying, They think I faked the government information, the UK government information that said that the status of COVID-19, coronavirus, as of 19th of March 2020, is no longer considered to be a high consequence infectious disease. And in particular, more information is available about mortality rates, which are low overall. It's still on the website. I've still gone to see it just to double check that it's not been taken down. But I'm a genius because I managed to spoof their website. I wish it was true. It'd make a fortune, but I don't know how to do it. I actually was started in computers 50 years ago, 54 years ago to be precise, but I've never been a programmer or anything like that. You know what I mean? I just know how to use computers to the best of their ability. Well, that's it. I'd say it's been really good for this last 2 weeks. Because it's something I've never done before, and you know, I know I go a lot, but that's because I'm not just used to it, to speaking. But it's been good. I've enjoyed it, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will do a Thursday program based on the newsletter, and the newsletter will cover whatever it's covering. And enjoyed it. Thank you very much for listening and watching, I should say. And I'll see you next Thursday if you come on to the Health News Live there. Take care. Have a good weekend.